I will apologize to you guys right now if science scares you. I wanted to use some proper terms, but then when I got into it, there was a whole lot of terms, so we're going to get the Cliff Notes version.
Hi, welcome to Lilies and Tomatoes, your go-to place for simple and practical tips and tricks on how to start a garden all the way through how to use what you grow. This is from my live class that I teach on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on Facebook. If you'd like to attend a live class or ask me a question, check out the link in the description.
Hello. Welcome back to my basement workshop. Tonight we're going to talk about beans. What are seeds? What are they and how do they grow? If we have not met yet, my name is Quincey Adams and I want to help you grow some of your own food in a small space on a budget. Let's get started. Sorry, I needed a lot of props and I would get downstairs and realize that I left one thing upstairs and keep going back upstairs. It's been a little hectic. Okay, so a bean in particular is the type of seeds we're talking about today. I will pull one of these out for you guys so you can see it. And these are my black beans from the pantry that I grew, and I'm going to plant some more because I ate them as shoots. So this little bad boy is a seed. It is a bean seed. Small. It's got a little spot on it. There's not a whole lot to it. So this is just a seed. Now, a seed, and I will apologize to you guys right now if science scares you. I wanted to use some proper terms, but then when I got into it, there was a whole lot of terms, so we're going to get the Cliff Notes version. So a seed is basically an embryo in a protective coating. And seeds are formed when flowers are fertilized by pollen. So this bad boy right here, this is our friendly volunteer tomato, which is going to get uppotted this week. But it's got flowers on it already. So I want to make sure that you guys can see the flowers. And flowers. Okay, so these are flowers on a tomato, not a bean. My beans are not, I don't have any beans that are flowering right now. But inside this flower is where the pollination and fertilization happens. So you have fertilization in a flower, and then once the flower is fertilized, you're going to have two different kinds of seeds. So angiosperms are enclosed seeds, and gymnosperms are naked seeds. Enclosed seeds are going to be fruits, like tomatoes. So you're going to have like a hard shell, or like also a fleshy part, like a hard skin and a fleshy part, and then the seeds are going to be inside. That is an angiosperm. A gymnosperm is a naked seed. So that is the seed of a vegetable where the seed isn't in the fruit. So with kale, for example, after you're eating the actual plant of the kale, you're eating the leaves. And then when the plant is ready to reproduce, it sets up a flower stalk, and then those flowers get pollinated, and then it forms seed pods like these two little babies right here. And I'm not sure if you can see the little lumps in the seed pods, but the lumps are where the seeds are inside the seed pod. And these form after the plant is done. So when these form, it actually takes a while, but if you want to harvest your seeds from a plant like kale or lettuce or radishes or anything like that, the seed pod is going to form after the flowers are fertilized, and you have to wait for them to dry out in order to harvest the seeds. But if you're looking for something spicy to add to your salad, these are edible. See this right here? Little seeds in it. It's delicious. And I will pop this open a little bit and show you the seeds, because there are seeds in here. They're just not ready yet. Okay. Seeds. Oh, that's really hard to see. I did take a picture of it, so I will post a picture after. Oh, I got a stem. But there are seeds in here. More stem. Sorry, that's gross. Okay, so you've got the two different kinds of seeds, the angiosperms, fruit seeds, gymnosperm, naked seeds, the vegetable seeds, and then the actual seed itself, the outside of the seed is called the seed coat. And then inside the seed, that's where it starts to get complicated, so we're gonna keep this super basic. Inside of the seed is the cotyledon, that is the seed leaves, the endosperm, that's the nutrition, that's the part that feeds the seed, and then the embryo, and that's the part that forms the baby plant. And I've got a little diagram here, parts of the seed. So down here you have the seed coat, that's the outside, and then you've got the food store, that's the endosperm, and then up here, over here, you've got, this is labeled first leaf, that's gonna be the seed leaf on there, and then the embryo, that's gonna be the part that becomes the little plant. So once you plant a seed, and the three things you need to grow a bean seed are water, light, and the correct temperature. Once you put a seed in dirt and get it to grow, it's gonna sprout and it's gonna first form little baby, the seed leaves. And I'm gonna show you a couple of examples that I've got growing in my garden right now. So this is a sunspot dwarf sunflower that I planted on the show a couple weeks ago. These two leaves right here on the outside, those are the seed leaves. Those are not true leaves. These two leaves right here are the actual true leaves of the plant. And so this is the part that's feeding the plant when it first grows. And then when it makes its own true leaves, then it can start to do photosynthesis. And I will show you one other example. This is a grocery apple. So I planted some seeds that I got from an apple that I bought at the grocery store. And so right here, these two leaves down here, these are the seed leaves, and then these leaves up here are the actual true leaves of the plant. And my little baby, my volunteer tomato, actually the seed leaves have fallen off. So they will do that if you don't trim them off. Eventually they will fall off. So that is, what is a seed? It's a little seed coat and embryo of the plant. When you plant a bean seed, it needs three things: water, light, and the right temperature. And then it will grow into a little plant with seed leaves and then eventual true leaves, and then it'll grow into its full potential. Any questions? Do I see any questions? Okay, I see a comment, yay. Okay, no other questions then? The only comment I see is from Jasmine. So if there are no other questions, let me just recap this one more time. Flowers on the plant get fertilized, and then those fertilized plants develop seeds, and inside the seeds there is a cotyledon, an endosperm, and an embryo. And there are two main types of seeds. There's the fruit seeds that are angiosperm, so they're going to have some kind of hard coating and a flesh coating. And then there's gymnosperms, and those are going to be the naked seeds, like the ones that I just pulled off of my kale plant. If there are no questions, okay, so thank you for Melissa, but I don't see an actual question, then I will let you guys go from there, because that was a lot of science for the middle of the week during lockdown. So, good night. On Saturday, I want to try to do something a little bit different with you guys. if I can find some good websites, I'm going to check them out over the next couple days. I want to show you where online you can go to get some budget-friendly garden supplies. I know some states are starting to open up, but I live in PG County in Maryland, so we still have stay-at-home orders. And I personally, I have respiratory conditions, so I'm not going to go out unnecessarily to the store. So I'm not going to go out and do a shopping haul for you guys. But if I can find some good deals online, we'll get into my computer and I will show you some online websites and what I would buy if I was starting my garden from scratch on a budget. Is this a question? Science, thank you. Melissa's a science teacher. I'm not a science teacher. So we capped it off at embryo. There are a lot more terms, lots more lead-ins in the seeds, depending on the type of seeds. We don't need to know all that. We just need to know that there's the seed coat, which protects the seed, and then there's the nutrition part, which feeds the baby plant, and then the part that becomes the baby plant. That's all you guys need to know. Those 3 parts, and then it grows into a baby plant, like this. All right, stay safe, stay home, have a good night. I hope everyone's doing well,